Take the journey into the unknown with SNX Radio as we delve into the enigmatic world of UFO sightings and extraterrestrial abductions. Join us for conversations with leading experts and individuals who have encountered these otherworldly beings, uncovering secrets about their experiences, contact stories, and the profound implications for humanity. Listen as we reveal the incredible narratives of those who have undergone alien abductions, shedding light on the psychological and spiritual impacts of these encounters. Explore the depths of consciousness and spirituality as we discuss how these experiences may connect us to something greater beyond our understanding.
Turn it up, let's go! Coleyufo in the cockpit live. If you're ready for the truth, throw your hands up high. Truth beyond disclosure. Lights in the sky take over. Coley got the files, it's a takeover. Everybody in the club yelling, show us truth beyond disclosure. We want facts, we want closure. Hands up if you're tired of the cover. It's the sound of the secrets uncovered. Yo, radar locked, but they don't see nothing. Farmtown kids saw the triangle hovering. Phone in his hand, got the whole thing filmed. Next day gone like it fell in a kiln. Black man's creeping, sir, that's a star. But his zigzag snaps like a muscle car. There's a face badge flash, don't take pics. Still the hanger got craft that can break physics. Loose spin tight with the same 10 lines, but the pilot can't sleep, sees the same 3 lights. Briefed in a room, this meeting ain't happened. Sign this paper, mine gets flattened. Flip that script when Coley goes live. Pull the tape back, play a slow rewind. Every little blur in the grain enhanced. Now the whole damn world in the trance like girl. Lights in the sky take over. Coley got the files, it's a takeover. Everybody in the club yelling, show us truth beyond disclosure. We want facts, we want closure. Hands up if you're tired of
Extraterrestrial groove moving through the crowd. Bass hitting hard, making aliens proud. Abduction on the floor, but it's all in fun. Coley leading, yeah, she's the one. Pops in the beat, feel the spaceship hum. Glow sticks waving, everybody come. Intergalactic rave, no time to sleep. Coley UFO, secrets we keep. Coley UFO, beam me up, beam me up. Lights go whoa, turn it up, turn it up. Dance on the stars, feel the cosmic drop. Coley UFO, we never gonna stop. We go right all night, shining extra bright. Top 10 hit, we're trending worldwide. Coley UFO, take me for a ride. Slow, Coley UFO. Drop, boom, lasers, bass explosion. Everybody jump, 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 jump. Beam me higher. Coley UFO, beam me up, beam me up. Lights go whoa, turn it up, turn it up. Coley UFO, forever in the stars. Top 10 dance, we're going far. Coley UFO. Unraveling the mystery, secrets in the night. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we'll shine, casting shadows aside. In the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the sub-nation, next quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the groove surround us, everything's alright.
From the sub-nation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the groove surround us, everything's alright. SNX radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this roller rink we'll never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. Every note we play, every line we write, crafting our legacy, shining ever bright.
SNX radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Here in the spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. SNX radio's call, ringing through the air. Together we rise, together we dare.
So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stand hand in hand. In this dance of truth, let the story expand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley. I apologize. I did a little bit lengthier of an intro than I do usually try to do, but I had some issues getting on Twitter, but I got that up and rolling, and we are good to go. And I wanted to start off. I saw the chat was really hopping, so I want to say hello. Hello, Blazer. I'm so glad. Thanks for taking on that wrench. Tyro Sounds. Great to see you. Kitty Catty Whack. As always, you guys are rock stars, and I always appreciate it. Let's see. I know Midwest Night Watchers, a big shout out. They are absolutely awesome. And in the Midwest, that's close to my heart. Mad Paximus, thank you and for coming. And hello, Shelly. Nice to see you too. Wow, you guys are awesome. Spider Bite. Oh, I caught you, girl. Oh, yeah. And Cosmic Voice, welcome. Yeah, so we have HP Girl to you from Rumble. Welcome. It's nice to see when we get other people. Roger Blair's, welcome. And let's see here. And yeah, for everybody who's retweeted this or reposted this and everything, as always, I totally appreciate you. But yeah, you guys are popping in the chat, so I just want to make sure that I have everybody. If I didn't get you, Jay Skyrunner and Maya, they'll be coming on soon too. Welcome. And Bigfoot Dwarf, welcome back. Yes, that's awesome. So it's great to see everybody. And as always, really everybody watching, it's greatly appreciated because we're family here. And if you're new to the channel, which we did, a lot of people are, see one of the wrenches. If you're in chat, I definitely recommend, if you're having issues, hop over to Facebook. It's usually not Facebook. Don't do that. Hop over to YouTube. That's usually the easiest. So tonight, just to get started here, our special guest is Dave Spinks. And that's, does he have a ton of paranormal experience. So let me just pull him up here. I guess I wanted to go out on me. So he's a retired veteran of the U.S. Air Force, a former federal law enforcement officer, transitioned to full-time paranormal researcher in 2011. He covers a broad spectrum of the unexplained, including hauntings, cryptids, Bigfoot, Mothman, and UFOs. So he is famously known for owner and caretaker of the Willows Weep House, which he dismantled in 2025. Rid the world of its dark portal. So he's appeared on multiple TV shows. He's working on stuff right now. He's written books. So I went ahead and I did put up his website before, and I will put that back up there again. But without further ado, let's have Mr. Dave Spinks. Welcome. I'm going to unmute you. I think you're muted here.
Check.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. And you have, just a wealth of knowledge, and you've been doing this for 30 plus years. Is that correct?
Yeah, almost 40 now. Since a young man, I've had a lot of experiences growing up, and really set me on my course of my pursuit or my journey, whatever you want to call it, in all aspects of the paranormal. And, one thing leads to another, and you kind of get that snowball effect and head down all these different rabbit holes, so to speak. And it's been a wild ride, for lack of a better word. So,
I know how
like you
crazy
said,
this stuff can get, but yeah, you're really out there and doing boots to the ground. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I was doing this even during my working life in law enforcement and when I was in the Air Force. But, back in those days, I'm a little bit older. So, back in those days, you didn't really talk about this stuff because doing the jobs I did, they would have sent me to the head shrinker, and it wasn't, I was doing this stuff way before paranormal TV was ever a thing. And, there were some shows out there like In Search Of and other things, but it just has really snowballed and become pop culture now, which is, you'll hear me say it on multiple shows. I say it's a double-edged sword. it's good for the paranormal, but it's also bad because there's a lot of yahoos out there that are doing it for the wrong reasons. And, I'm into it for the history, mystery, and just the fascination of it all. I have a passion for it, obviously. And, to me, it's some of man's greatest unanswered questions. What happens when we die? Are we alone in the universe, and are unknown creatures walking among us? And a lot of people are doing it simply because they think they're going to get a TV show, and that's just, couldn't be farther from the truth. TV is just a bonus that happens, and I'll be the first one to tell you, a lot of these shows you see are totally scripted. They're fake. And, I could have sold out a long time ago and become one of those people and had my own show numerous times, and I refuse to do that. So,
oh yeah, that's so true. I've talked about that several times, and I only attribute to some of the growth that I've had because they thought I was going to take their deal, and I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. They try and put all in the UFO world. It was more like, we'll give you an NDA if you sign this. You're in the privy to know, and da 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 da. And I was like, no way. They gave me a leak on like the Rendlesham Forest, and I saw what they were going to do. I'm like, they're making a mockery out of everything.
Yeah, they are. And I think the best ones to watch are people sharing their experiences and people that really don't belong to the Hollywood machine, so to speak. Those are probably your better reality, real, whatever words you want to use type shows. These shows you've seen for 20 seasons. I mean, come on, we don't find a demon every week. That's not how it works. So
no, it's not.
It's a shame. It's a shame, but it keeps it on the other, flip it to the other script. It's still a good thing because it keeps it alive and talking. But other than that, pay attention to the people that have a body of work. A lot of these people you see on these shows, they don't have a body of work. They were just known because why they were on a TV show, and that's just the reality of it.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I know. And then you're right. Like when you go through and I try explaining this, I'm like, anybody who's sitting there as a medium and they're like booking hour after hour after hour after hour after hour, appointments, I'm going to say, because you don't always get something, it's blocked. And that's where I think so much of it, like that transitional stuff, and they make it up and then it clouts it. It's hard for people who are learning about it to even decipher, what's real, what's not real, because it is ridiculous. See Zach and their crew, and I was at a haunted house and they even told me about it. The lady's like, she's like, they made up part of her story about the actual like property of one of the most haunted manors in the United States of America, and they changed the story. She's like, no, that's not really true.
And I was like, all the time.
This is crazy.
That's the bad thing about Hollywood. They think they got to add to these stories to make it scarier or whatever the case, and that's just not true. You don't have to. Just leave it real. That's the mystery of it all. Leave it real. And they don't, unfortunately. Like some of you may have seen the show I was on called Terror in the Woods, or These Woods are Haunted, or These Woods Are Haunted. Same show, different name. Some legality stuff happened when one channel bought another network or something to that effect, but it's the same exact show with a different title. I told my story, what started me in this, and they changed it and added stuff to it. And I was really naive to the TV world, and it really peed me off. So, since that time, that was way back in, 2015 or whatever, I had to, when I went to conferences to speak at, I would tell folks, remember, who's seen this story about me and my grandpa? And most of the time, 3/4 or more of the people would raise their hand. I said, remember this part, remember that part? And they're like, yeah. Said never happened. They couldn't believe it. So the public's a bit naive when it comes to these shows. So I feel it's my responsibility as a real boots on the ground guy, and I take what I do seriously. I have a passion for it, to let people know, hey, don't believe everything you see on these shows because it's BS. It happened to me. And I saw it like everyone else. I didn't know that was going to be on there until everyone else saw it. I saw it the same as everyone else in the world.
Oh, no.
And I was, I said, read my book if you want the whole and complete story, So, and for me, I mean, I was hot, let me tell you, because, I take this stuff seriously. I want to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Even when I write my book, I write it like a law enforcement report. I was who, what, where, when, why, and how. This is where I was, this is what I was doing, this is what happened. Make up your own mind,
You remind me of the
that's
Daryl Sims of Paranormal, because he's the same way, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Mhm.
But that's instantly when I was going through your work, I was like, you both share that same type of integrity.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
important
So that's
because,
very important.
I mean, the only way we're going to get any further is to tell the truth, not, make up crap like some of these shows are doing,
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
Oh, it really is. I just had a situation the other day that I talked about. I'm like, people that I've interviewed, and I've been doing this for quite some time now. So I've talked to this particular people, I'll say, probably 6-7 times. And let me tell you, the last time they not only embellished, they added a whole new chapter, and there's a whole new and I was like, what is going on here? You can't be doing this stuff. And I won't platform it. They will not be back on. I sat just shocked, that they even, but I thought, what is this? This is where people, either you're in this because you're passionate about this. I had an experience. I'm trying to figure out why, the who, what, where, when, why, all of it. But that right there just makes, it's just you might as well.
Well, it's the world of YouTube and all these social media platforms where all these people, I call them keyboard warriors, armchair authors. They're not boots on the ground. They want to go on there and make a buck. That's all it's about to them. So they literally steal other people's work.
Yeah.
They put it up as their own, and I've had it happen to me and many of my friends. That's the reality of it. So, it's a shame. It's really a shame, but it happens. So, like I said, I try to educate people the best I can. Hey, if you want to see who the real people are, go and see their body of work, if they even have one before they were ever on TV. So that way you can kind of decipher for yourself who's real and who's not. What have they done before they were on TV? Have they done anything before they were on TV? So.
Right. You got to do your research. You can't just, I tell people that all the time. I said, we need to hold the bar.
And that's not Chat GPT, let me tell you.
Right.
And a lot of people are writing books now, the full entire books with Chat GPT. It's pure garbage, made up garbage.
Oh, it is too. And then they lie. I just pulled up something. I felt so bad because I hardly ever do this, but I was running really short on time. It was kind of last minute. I'm like, well, he didn't have much of a bio. So I thought, maybe AI will hear. The half of it wasn't even true. And it not even that, the way that it was written, insulted his videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose sleep over this tonight. I said, I just skimmed through it, but I said, that was chat. Don't trust it. And I would learn my lesson. I would never do that again. But I couldn't believe it. It was 3/4 of it was fake or false.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the nature of the game. And, I mean, you can tell, you'll see people sitting on streams for 7-8 hours and just rambling on about nothing. I mean, just to get $1, that's what they're trying to do. So, pay attention to people that have something to offer and are full of information, own experiences, whatever the case. But if you got a guy showing these pictures on, say, a particular YouTube channel, look at that vampire, and you see nothing. I mean, come on, the guy's either crazy or just making up a bunch of BS just to get clickbait. You know what I mean? So, and you can tell the live streams now that are all automated with Chat GPT and AI and everything. It's just ridiculous. And it's everywhere. It's rampant these days. So, I'm super excited. Like we talked a little bit before the show, I'm working with a really good filmmaker, investigator, researcher. His name's Christopher Garetano. He has a passion for this. He had the show Strange World on Travel Channel. You may have seen it. It's an awesome show. He did the Dark Files. He also did the Montauk movie. Very, very talented individual and very knowledgeable as well. And he's a boots on the ground. He calls himself a guerrilla filmmaker, which I love because he pretty much gave the big FU to Hollywood as well, because of the gatekeeping and all that stuff. But, super excited. We have a lot of projects coming out. One is called A Haunting We Will Go. And we're trying to, if you notice all these shows on TV, they literally have the same format. 90% of them have 20 different talking heads, and it's the same people on every damn show. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
No, you're okay. Yeah, we cuss around here.
Okay. But yeah, you'll see it's the same MO, it's the same format, and it's a shame. So we're trying to do something different. It's all real. It's all from the heart. It's all with passion. And I think folks are really going to dig it. And it's awesome. And I'm with his company now. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming in the future. And it'll be all over worldwide streaming, different networks, and the whole 9 yards. So the first one should come out sometime early this year. So A Haunting Will Go, look for it. And if you haven't seen Montauk Chronicles, the movie by him, I highly recommend it. It's awesome.
So can you give us a little teaser on what it's all about, or?
On A Haunting We Will Go?
Yes.
It's a whole new style of documentary on hauntings and spirits and ghosts, and something that people have really never seen, the way we've done it, and he's done it. I've been working with him for about 3 years on various projects now. And if you saw his series Strange World, it's just expanded full-length movie episodes of Strange World. So basically, that'll sum it up in a nutshell, the best I can tell you. So if you've never seen Strange World, go check it out. It's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what's your areas like?
And there'll be topics, all areas will be covered in these documentaries we're doing too. And each one is its own. So, and there's multiple stories within each one. So
you're going into like the cryptids too, or
UFOs, cryptids, hauntings. Each one is its own though. Like, so A Haunting Will Go is obviously about hauntings. So you'll see they'll be coming out.
That's awesome. Wow. So in your
and own... we also talked about Booze, Brews, and Barbecue, another show I'm involved with right now.
Yeah.
That's a show, fun concept with my friend Barry Kurtz, the drummer of Shinedown, and his head of security, John Silverspear, and their film guy is named Ty Sherrill. He's a barbecue master and film guy. So they came up with this fun concept, and they asked me, Dave, will you be our paranormal guru to help us kind of walk through all this stuff and learn about it? And I said, yeah. So I'm not on every episode, but you'll see me pop in on numerous episodes.
Is that on YouTube, or where is that at?
No, it'll be right now. I think it's going to be all over many different streaming platforms.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Yeah, don't quote me on that exactly, because they haven't 100% decided where it's going yet, or if it's going to network TV. So.
Okay, cool. Well, that'll be exciting. You'll have to keep us updated, and I'll post when has it been released, or it's in the process?
We're still making episodes. We're making episodes right now. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So in your personal life, what do you think, like your area? Do you like going and hunting for the dog man? Do you like doing the more of the paranormal, like haunted?
Well, as any investigator, worth the salt, I get calls and emails on a consistent basis. Hey, I have this going on. Can you please come and check it out? I think we got demons in our house. I saw a dog man. I saw a Bigfoot. So that's what I do. I go out, investigate it, research it, And if it goes to some extent, some big length, then I usually write about it in one of my books. So I'm consistently writing new books. I've written numerous books, as you can see. All you folks that are on chat, check out my website. You can see everything I've done, what I'm doing, where I'm going to be speaking at around the country. I haven't posted any of those yet. Those are still coming in, but those come out usually by this month or next month. So I start post consistently, hey, I'll be at this event, in the date. And you can see all my books and the ones that are coming out and more. So just check it out.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then there's somebody in chat said, does he know the people involved with Voices from the Grave? Or Kelvin is from the area in New Zealand. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Yeah. No, sometimes,
I'm
people don't know, like, and then you
yeah.
get people from all over the world, so they don't and you're here in
Mhm.
the United States.
Yeah, I investigate all over the world, though. Some of the stuff I'm doing with Christopher, we will be heading overseas, and I can't say too much about it because we want it to be a surprise. But there's a lot of cool stuff coming.
So, what do you think is your most haunted area? Like, what is the craziest places? You said you do like when the poltergeist type
I do
stuff.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've filmed
The
exorcisms for the church.
exorcisms, yeah.
I filmed exorcisms. I've worked for years ago. I did some stuff for the church when they needed help. Of course, I own the infamous Willows Weep House. That if you've
Yes.
seen UnExplained, I'm on season 1 and 2 of that. Multiple episodes. The very first episode of that series was about a segment of that was about the Willows Weep House. William Shatner called it the most haunted house in America, and it was a very, very dark place. And of course, I have one book out about it, and there'll be another book coming soon. But I tore it down because I felt it was so negative in nature that I didn't want to get any more investigators involved in it and get attacked, because a good friend of mine was attacked, and he dealt with some crazy stuff for several years. Now he's dead. So,
Oh, wow.
not saying for 100% that it was caused by that, but he dealt with some serious stuff in his life, health issues and other things after investigating the house. And he's not the only one. There's numerous others.
Well, look at what
When I
happened with
tore it
Dan
down,
and Isabel. I mean, like, I don't know. That stuff there's some heavy, heavy stuff in there.
yeah, and people need to realize this stuff can be very dangerous. These things will affect you mentally, spiritually, and physically, and can turn your entire life upside down overnight. I had it happen to me on a case. So I talk about that in a lot of my books. Be careful what you ask for, because you might just get it. It's very true, very true. Take it from someone who knows and someone who it's happened to. So,
It
but
happened to you, is what you're saying.
yes, yeah, it happened to me on a case I did up in Pennsylvania, and I wrote a book about that, a day-by-day journal of what I experienced, how it affected me afterwards, and so on and so forth. The book's called Wicked 46, and you can check it out. All my books are all on Amazon as well. If you want a signed copy, you have to email me, and I will sign you a copy and mail it to your house.
Wow.
Just for a little shameless promotion there, but
No, there's no shame in
no,
promotion.
it really there was some bad stuff in that house, and it really threw my life for a loop for about 7-8 months. So
Well, you
I
know what?
realized, wait a
You're
minute.
doing a lot of this yourself. And then, like I said, even the people in chat that I tell them all the time, drop your links, because they're people. And, I feel like that solid truth information, like I'm all
Mhm.
about it. And I respect it. I know it doesn't like the pay along all of this stuff. Even when you're doing projects like that, you're putting so much of your own time into it. And so much of it is done, from that heart and soul. So it's very much appreciated. So definitely you drop those links all you want.
Yeah, I mean, the more you do this stuff, you want to attempt to at least let people know, hey, there are dangers involved, especially when you're dealing with hauntings and attachments and different things like that. There's a lot of people out there that just don't understand what they're getting into, and it can happen anywhere. I'm not saying it could happen when you're not doing a paranormal investigation. It can happen anywhere.
Right.
So you just never know. Know how to clear yourself, whatever your belief system is. Know how to clear yourself, bless yourself, and all that good stuff. But it's like an onion. There's so many layers of this stuff, and most times when you go to an investigation, you'll often come back with way more questions than answers. So it's just the nature
isn't that the truth? Is that
and there are no experts. There are no, because you just can't prove this stuff scientifically yet. We're getting closer in some aspects, but in other aspects, we're still the same as they were 100 years ago, So we have some new fancy equipment and stuff, but you still can't reproduce it on the scientific model over and over again. So, it's just the nature of the game. but it's fascinating to me, and that's why I do it. I still love it when I go into a place. I know I'm the only living person in there, and I ask a question. I got a recorder running, and I get a response to my question. How do you explain it? You can't. It's just fascinating stuff, you know.
Yes. What kind of equipment do you use? Like, what's your EVP?
I use a little bit of everything, but my favorite stuff is using just a recorder, and I use various types. I use digital. I even use some of the old tape recorders, cassette, you know, the miniature cassettes or the regular size cassettes here and there.
I'm convinced that's the only way to go. Yeah, before all the
Magnetic
technology.
tape, yeah, magnetic tape seems to get some really, really good stuff. I don't know why, but it does. But you don't need all that stuff. You know, I always tell everyone, I say, hey, what's your best tool? And they're like, recorder, ghost box, or this or that. I say, what about your body? Your body will let you know. We all have the fight or flight in us. And when the hair on the back of your neck or your arm stands up, pay attention. Your body's telling you something.
This is my favorite piece.
Oh, portal. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? I hardly go in with any stuff, but this is my, like, if I had to pick, this would be my all-time favorite. But other than that, I've used them.
Yeah, I've used them. I've used pretty much everything you can imagine doing this for many, many years. So it's fascinating stuff. But like I said, you don't have to go out and spend $10,000 on paranormal equipment. Use your brain, think outside the box, try different things.
I've done that too. You would, go get like some copper hangers and make yourself some dowsing rods. Like the equipment places, and it's not that, because there's some places and there's some stuff that it's really good worth that. But I bought in like an SB7, and I'm like, that thing was like $150, and I'm pretty sure it was like a $3 make in China. Like, you know, it was just not. You don't need all that stuff. You really don't.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it with different stuff. I still use the old Hack Shack stuff because I love those.
Oh yeah, the Radio Shack. Yeah, the Radio Shack hack. Yeah.
One of the best ghost boxes ever.
You better. Oh, you have one.
And used. I have several of them. Yeah.
You want to get rid of one? I do. I had one back in the. Yeah, no, because radio.
I've probably wore out. I think I've worn out like 8 or 9 of those. That's how long I've been doing this, where they just quit working. So,
well, if you ever decide to part with like one of those, of them. Yeah, I bet you did. That's probably why I couldn't get one before they closed down.
They're out there every now. You can find them on eBay sometimes. People sell them. So
I'll have to look on eBay because those are good. Those are really good. That's funny. Yeah. So I've been doing this for quite a while too. I said, when I first started doing paranormal, there was not, that market is just flooded now. It's just like everybody is paranormal or has, you know, and so it's hard to, you know, it's great when a community grows, but when it's flooded and you can't, you know, it's just like, I bet it's easy to get lost.
Paranormal, one thing I've noticed, and I know I'm kind of a part of it, is paranormal tourism has blown up big time. So you have all these commercial locations now. You know, I did all that years and years ago. Mainly now I do real people's homes and businesses and whatnot. I work with my fiance, Serenity Jenny, who is a legit psychic, by the way, and she's very well known and growing. She's actually on episode 6 of the new Monster Quest show season, so check it out. We do a lot of cases together. She also works with local fire and police and trying to find missing people and murdered victims and the whole 9 yards. But yeah, I noticed you talked about psychics earlier, and it was crazy the amount of so-called psychics that came out when the big paranormal TV surge happened. There was everybody and their brother coming out saying they were psychic. Well, I do personally believe, in my opinion, we all have some abilities. Some can tap in lots better than others, and some are just, you know, you're an empath, or you feel like, I can feel doing this for so long. When I walk into a location, I can feel the energy is happy, sad, mad, bad, whatever. And when that's why I say your body is very important to pay attention to when you're doing this stuff. Most people have some ability. of some sort. So you can really tune that and tap into it. The longer you use it and try to focus on that energy in your body.
Yes, and the you got to be very aware. So what's the indication? Okay, let me start off. Are you able to see? And you know what, psychic? I don't know if I believe in a psychic to tell the truth. Like a psychic to me is like somebody who can predict the future, and us having free will. I think you can see outcomes of the future, but you can't. I don't. I'm not buying into that. But I can see dead people.
Well, there's so many different. Yeah. There's so many different types. So you have physical mediums. You have psychics that can maybe perceive something that's going to happen. They're getting a feeling. Some are downright see spirits and can communicate with them and tell you, hey, your dead grandma is behind you and she's telling me to tell you this. I feel it happening, and the people are flabbergasted.
I can do that. Yeah.
So there's just so many different types and how they operate and how they are able to communicate with those energies and those spirits they vary greatly, and how they are able to tune in to get those messages and give them to people is phenomenal to me. When you see a real one and they're able to give that loved one a message, it's there's no words to explain it. It's just phenomenal.
It is. It's powerful. And it for the family member, like I just remember this one time, Christmas after Christmas, it was somebody I knew. They came back. They wanted me to take this toy to this kid's house. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Like there's some things I just won't, I'm envisioning the police, everything. So finally the 5th year in the row, the Christmas dream or whatever you want to call it, he's like, I need you to take this truck to Travis and I want you to go. And so I did not do it, but the mom came in and got her hair cut. And I was like, oh my gosh, Jackie, you're never going to believe this. Chris, and I told her the whole story and I said, described it to a T, and she just started bawling. Here she was a Jehovah Witness. She changed like religions. He was just so worried because he's always playing Santa Claus. And I guess she said that at the top of those stairs where he told me to put it, was where they like always hid them. And she said, she just like bawled. I mean, she's like, it was so healing, or just different kind of things that you tell people. It's just like, you don't know, it doesn't make sense to you, but they make like that big meaning to it. So it can be very beautiful, but there are the other side of that where people, I'm like, there's no way you get it all the time.
No, and a true psychic would tell you, I don't get it always right all the time. They get bits and pieces sometimes. They don't get the whole story, so to speak.
Mm-mm.
And
so what's your connection?
A genuine. I'm more of like an empath. I can feel that energy, if it's happy, bad, sad, mad. Sometimes I get those gut feelings, hey, better listen to this, and sure enough, when I don't, I usually have to kick myself. So I should have listened to my gut, but we all have some of that, I think. And you just have to learn how to listen. You want to listen to it, and then you can develop it further, So it's fascinating.
So what's the story behind, like, were you able to do that as a kid, or are you just kind of like something that you grew into?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember if I was able to do anything like that as a kid. Kind of on certain things, I remembered little bits and pieces, but it seemed to develop more over the years longer, and the more I got into paranormal situations, if you will. And I could sometimes walk in a place, and a lot of people you can walk in, especially if it's a really negative place. Most people can say, ooh, it just does not feel good in here, but it seems like over the years, it's just developed even further with me, for whatever reason. I don't claim that fame as being any kind of psychic, but people have told me that, hey, dude, you're a physical medium, because I've been scratched and attacked seriously several times on camera live before. I was at Penhurst Asylum one time doing a live interview for a TV thing, and my face started burning right here. And I'm like, guys, there's something happening in my face, and a big old scratch appeared right on my face. So
it does feel like burning too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah. And it went away within just a few minutes afterwards. So something was trying to gain my attention for whatever reason there.
Yeah, but then they cross that line. I don't like that. Like I've had that too, and it's like that burning, and you know what it is. It's different than you would anticipate, like it, But definitely.
And so I had my arm fractured at a location, I can't say for sure it was 100% paranormal, but there's no other way to explain it.
I had
And
a
I had my
haunted
head
box
trapped.
and it trapped my wrist, and I thought I was going to snap it. So I'm with you. Like I believe that they can be very powerful. People don't realize it.
Yes. And it's unnerving too, because you're like, wait a minute, something was strong enough to punch through to our side and physically put a mark on me. That's freaky,
Yeah.
So I mean,
Imagine the energy that they have. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
And
hard for them
it's
to
a real thing.
communicate with it takes so much energy on their end to do stuff. Somebody who does that, you better believe they've got
It
some
does happen
talent.
on occasion.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yep.
Yes. Wow.
100%.
So
Seen it happen to other people
yeah,
as
I
well
know.
on cases.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy because when you start to like the people that I've come across that needed that exorcism done, I'm like, you guys got to clean out your house. How'd you know? I don't even need to go into your house. I know it's a disaster. I know your relationships are a disaster. I know about everything. If it's far enough along, is a disaster. And I'm telling you, if you want to get rid of it, we're gonna have to take authority. Like you're gonna have to own this property, but you're gonna have to clean it up because it's not
yeah, you
going
got to clear your
just
space, take control of
yeah.
that space,
Oh
100%.
yeah,
And that's some
definitely.
of what I do with these people's homes. If it gets to that point, and that's not, I can do it, but it's not my forte. So I usually bring in people that I work with. Hey, this house needs cleared. These people need cleared. Whatever you need to do it. This is what I got during the investigation. And then, I work, like I said, with people like Jen who come in and they do their spiel and help those folks. So, it's because I don't feel comfortable, like that's not my forte. I can do some things, but I choose to let other people do that. So,
Yeah, no, I totally understand that too. What do you
but I
think?
always tell the folks too, you have to empower them because that's their space and they need to have control.
Yeah,
You say, hey, look, you need to let that spirit, that bad energy know this is my space. You're not welcome here. You got to go. And then you take out. If you still need help after that, then you got to call in the big guns.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I always threaten to lock them in the crystal cave. Have you ever had? Okay, what is your take on this? Because I said, anytime like I've gone in there and done that, and you're right. You have to encourage that spirit that's being held in whatever way there to empower it so it grows. Its light grows. But then I tell it to go to the white light, and then now I'm like, did I just get it? Did I just shoot it right back here on planet Earth and make it do another round of this crazy? Or is this like, what do you think about like the whole? I mean, do you buy into any of that? I know you're pretty fact based, evidence based, but I'm just kind of
oh yeah,
curious.
but I'm very faithful in my belief system, and I use that a lot. But a lot of it to me depends on what the people that own that particular place are too. They have to use their belief system, whatever it may be. And sometimes it doesn't always work. You have to come back multiple times and do it again. So some of these things are stronger than others. I mean, and people are like, well, how can that happen? How is a spirit in there? How can a spirit lash out? I said, well, imagine this with this hypothetical scenario. You're dead. You're still hanging around for whatever reason. You're in your home that you died in, but you don't know you're dead. And you see all these strangers in your house and you're saying, hey, who the hell are you? Get out of my house. And they're just ignoring you. You can hear and see them, but they can't hear and see you. They're just ignoring you. So then you get pissed and then you lash out. So, that's one possible scenario and why sometimes things fly across the room. People are getting scratched. People are having bad dreams. And normally, if it's a bad dream scenario, it's usually not a human spirit. It's usually something more nefarious in nature that are affecting people to that length. If you're waking up with bruises and crazy dreams all the time, you probably need to get cleared, and your home needs cleared pretty quickly.
What are some clearing techniques that you'd offer to people?
Well, I tell them, I mean, like I said, it depends on what their belief system is. So, if they're Christian, I recommend holy water. Start with that and go to every room, every corner in that room and say whatever prayer you think is the strongest. and tell them they have to go in the name of Jesus Christ or whatever their forte is, right? And then some people like to open doors and windows and push them out, and then they seal the whole perimeter of their property. So there's many different techniques they can use. And it, like I said, it depends on your faith base and what you are. I think that's the best way to approach it.
Yeah, you're right. I've always carried the holy water and crosses. It doesn't matter. Like I grew up Catholic. I don't really like buy into that, but I know they do exorcists, and I know that I've seen it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that like they do not like that holy water. They do not like the
No.
So I figured that
and a
must be
lot of
doing
this
something.
stuff. Yeah, a lot of it is intention too. If you have good intention and you're a good person, and I think anything bad is not going to like any of that good stuff. They hate it, and they usually flee pretty quickly, unless they're something a bit stronger. So, there's a lot of different techniques you can use, and you can get help. And there are people out there. Sometimes the mainstream church doesn't want to get involved because maybe you're not a regular parishioner. Then there's other ways you can get help too.
So you're gonna take those calls and yeah. Oh, definitely. But it's hard you can't really Google who to call when you're experiencing like a poltergeist. It's like, is that like something?
There are organizations out there that deal solely with spiritual cleansing and stuff, and individuals as well. You just got to you can find them on the internet, and always do your due diligence. Look up to see if they have good results. Don't just trust some yahoo that says they can do this and that. Do your due diligence. Look them up, see if they have reviews, recommendations, and stuff like that. Ask around about them.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe
find it.
Source. Yeah, just all of a sudden it kicked me out of the thing. I was like, what did I say?
Yeah, it did. It closed and came back.
Yeah. Man, it's a little touchy, but yes. So I wasn't sure. Thank you for carrying on when I disappeared for a second. But
oh, no worries.
What do you think? In kind of closing here, can you tell us like one of the most extreme like cases and how you kind of went in and investigated it and what you, I guess, found?
I'll tell you about the time I got my head cracked open at a location. If you want to hear that one.
Yes.
That's one of the really extreme ones. So we were at this old brothel in Indiana, and it was ran by Al Capone, and we were going to spend an entire week in there because the owner called me and said, hey, I had this guy that was the docent there. He was supposed to be taking care of the place. Well, he was into black magic, and I found out he was conjuring stuff into dolls in the house, and it's going crazy in here. Can you come and check it out? And I said, yeah. So what the plan was, me and a guy I used to work with a lot, we decided to do a fundraising event for 2 nights at the place where we charged everybody a couple of cans of food. We did a presentation and everything, and we donated the food to the local food bank, right? So that's I love doing stuff like that. We do that through the paranormal a lot. We do it for veterans. I'm a veteran,
Thank you for your service.
I'm usually at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash because that's a big veteran event and stuff like that. So we did that, and there was like 35, 40 people that came. We didn't even expect that many to come for that, but they did. They loved it. But that night we had live cameras hooked up, and the brothel part was upstairs of this old hotel, right? And so everybody stayed down there, and we had live feeds so they could watch. And we were in the bathroom of this place. It was a massive bathroom with like 20-foot high ceilings. And he was in there running a ghost box, and I was filming him, and I went in there to take a static meter and sat down beside him because the ghost box was starting to really get some crazy hits, and it was very negative, like, I'm going to kill you, pig, and all this stuff. And because I was still active law enforcement at the time, and it was actually saying intelligent things that pertain to me, and when I went to set down the static meter right next to him, I bent down, set it down, and when I stood up, this blast of cold energy just went right through me to the point where I stumbled backwards and saw tunnel vision like I was going to pass out. And I was like, oh my God, what was that? And he's like, what happened? And I told him, this blast of cold air or energy just went right through me. He said, you don't look very good. You better go back. I had a chair behind the camera while we were taking turns in the ghost box. So I went down there and sat down, and then I started feeling that cobweb sensation, like when you go down into an old nasty basement and there's cobwebs and it felt like they were all over me, and I kept wiping myself going, ew. It just felt gross, And he was like, well, and then he started going into a whole questioning session on a ghost box. He goes, what'd you do to Dave? And he goes, it came out of the ghost box just like this. I hit him like that. He said, well, what did you hit him for? He said, because, he's making references because he's a pig. He's a cop, it makes sense, too. It's intelligent because we're in an old brothel ran by Al Capone's people. Here I am. They don't like cops, right?
No. Oh, God, no, they don't. Did you see somebody in the chat wrote earlier? Andrew Rowland says, does contact with the other side ever feel like spider web? So I pulled that back up because I thought that was fascinating. Yes. You're talking about that.
No,
yeah.
It felt like I walked through a whole basement full of cobwebs and they were all over me. Right. And I kept wiping myself. And at the same time, he's going through this whole question and answer session on the ghost box. And, he said, well, what's your name? Who are you? And whatever this spirit was said his name was Ian. Right. So he goes, man, I'm going to shut this down. It's getting too negative. And I was like, good. Cause I feel gross. I feel like there's something all over me. So I never fell down when that happened or anything. And we went back downstairs where there was like 35 people watching all this go down. And I felt something on my head again. And I go like this and I feel wetness and a big ass bump on the top of my head. And I go like that. And my hand's covered in blood and I'm bleeding.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And he said, what'd you hit him with? And it said a shovel. And I had a slice on the head, a big old golf ball. And people were like, oh, my God. And they saw the live feed the whole time. I never fell down, never hit my head, nothing. And it was just bizarre. And then I got kind of really freaked out because nothing that extreme's ever happened to me. And so he's a shaman. So he was able to clean me up. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Yeah.
So he was able to clean me up.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. And we were in this place 24/7 for 7 days. So the next day, we're downstairs and I'm filming him again. And all of a sudden, guess who comes back on the ghost box? Ian. And he starts threatening him and saying stuff. And he's like, I'm going to slice you up and all this weird, crazy stuff, right? And I'm going, this is crazy. And then he's like, he goes, dude, my back's on fire. My back is burning. I was like, don't move, turn around and back straight up to the camera. Don't touch your back or nothing. And I pick it. So he has a long sleeve Under Armour shirt, a t-shirt over that because it's cold and snowy out. And he's got it all tucked down into his belt, in his pants. And I picked up his shirt with 2 fingers on the camera. And from the top of his left shoulder up here, all the way down below his belt, 3 ginormous scratches that are just beginning to bleed. Yeah. And he's like, I don't feel good. And he ran outside and started hurling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we had to shut it down and get him cleaned up, and it's crazy. That place is pretty nuts, that place there.
Wow. And, that is crazy.
So that's one of the most intense things ever. But
and they do too, like with that scratching, but for them to be able to draw blood, like that has to be that has to be.
Well,
have you ever got pictures of it?
Oh yeah, I got pictures of all that.
Do they look like they're, just not human? Is that what you're attributing that?
Oh, you mean the entities or the spirits?
Yes.
So years ago when I retired and I started doing stuff publicly, I did a lot of stuff on YouTube. And if you go to my old channel, I was one of the first people to ever do live streams. And then I lost somehow my first channel got totally wiped out, obliterated, taken down. I don't know.
This is my 3rd one. So I understand that.
So I just made a new channel and re-uploaded all my old videos, and I haven't done much on there in years, but there's a video on there you can watch from the Willows Weep House that I own that was captured by pure happenstance when we were filming a documentary. We were all done for the day. And the guy that filmed it had an extra GoPro up on this door, top of this door in the house. And he's like, oh, we were leaving. We were done filming like the interviews and stuff. He's like, oh, I forgot the GoPro. So he ran, but I threw him the keys. He ran in, got it, locked the door, and we left. A month later, he calls me and says, dude, did you check your email? I sent you something. And I'm like, what? He goes, just check your freaking email. So I go in there. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he uploaded me a clip of what was captured when no one was in the house. You can go on there on the real, it's called Real Supernatural, and look up Shadow Man captured or shadow figure captured on that video, and you'll see what was captured. Wow. Along with unexplained noises and dragging and whatnot in the house. So that was a really pure by happenstance. Nobody in the house, nobody outside the house. We were all the way in the back, loaded up in my Suburban, ready to roll. So
wow,
I'll just leave it at that. Folks can go check it out. It's pretty amazing piece of footage.
That's awesome. And I want to thank you for your time on here. We're going to actually head over to channel 12 after this. Can you tell people again where they can find you? I put your website, which is Dave Spinks right down there, pi.com.
DaveSpinksPI.com is my website. All my stuff that I'm doing and a part of is on there, so you can see the whole plethora of everything I do right on my website. Of course,
and then where else can they find you, or is there where your books are, or anywhere else you want to?
Oh yeah, all my books.
One-stop shop.
If you're a book reader and you like to read real paranormal books, go to Amazon.com, type in Dave Spinks under authors, you'll see all my books.
That's awesome. Well, in closing, what would you like to, I always ask, what would you like to leave the audience with until next time? And I would love to do a part 2, like once you get
sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, one of the things I always tell people is, hey, take 15 minutes out of your day, go outside, look up at the sky. You'll never know what you see. Go in the woods, experience life. Don't get caught up in the everyday grind of work. Go out there and see what you can see, because you'll be amazed. Because if you just take a few minutes every day and do that, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to experience or see something, and be good to one another, and,
I like that.
Love everybody, and be a good person. That's all I can say.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put you back in the green room, and then I'll be back there shortly. So thanks. Yeah. Wow. What a great guest. I absolutely love different perspectives, and especially like we need new ideas and doing stuff the same way. And, and it seems like they're really putting some, creative skills, boots in the ground. He really does remind me of the Daryl Sims of Paranormal. Like he's got he's not going to sit there and elaborate and make all these things up like some people are. And it really is important. That we start weeding some of that out of the community. It's not needed. Your stories are good enough. Like we get lost in the lies. That's where the confusion. So I just want to thank everybody again. Steve Mara is going to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we have somebody else too at 7. So I'll post the schedule, on there, but yeah, we have some great people coming up. James Gillian will be up. Daryl Sims is coming up this week. Jay Michael. So lots of fun. Yeah. So on behalf of SNX Radio, thank you for taking the journey into the unknown. I'm Coley. Be good to one another. That's good advice. And till we meet again.
SNX Radio invites you to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos with us as we dive into UFOs, cryptids, and everything otherworldly. As we navigate the night, we investigate the unknowns that spark our curiosity and challenge our understanding of reality.